sports reporting. It's a 15-yard penalty. First down. You know nothing about sports.
No, it's prod, not the beat.
You know nothing about
Just so much going
Hello,
on.
America. We on the record playoff edition, NFL.
Yeah. After about who's off? What? Almost
got
2
some-
months.
The last show
Yeah.
was the Frank one.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been on
Happy
for a
New
minute. Happy New Year, America.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2022.
most definitely, man. Happy 2022. Thankful to see another one.
Mhm.
And if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, congratulations. You made it to another one. Life is good.
Yeah, definitely for real. Yeah, man, you ain't learn about that.
That being said, it's wild card weekend, bro.
Yep.
All right. It's also happy Friday Eve to some people. Look
Long-
here, man. Let's get into this.
Yeah, it's
right
gonna be a
now.
long weekend.
Yeah, MLK Day Monday.
Yeah, too bad my
So-
company don't celebrate it. But that's what it is.
I know.
Mm.
I know. Look, y'all. I know one person who started their vacation early. Antonio Brown.
Oh,
Yeah. Good one.
yeah. Nice segue.
My man took his shirt off, waved to the crowd, and just walked out the stadium, man. Now, you know what? You remember on Seinfeld, the Yankees trophy dragged around the parking lot because he wanted to get canned?
Yeah.
The way AB did, that's how you get canned.
He ain't right in the head. And I mean, we should all know that by now.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, he's not right. The dude got some screws loose.
that's true. Because a lot of people, when it happened, man, a lot of people brought up mental health.
Yeah, he's
you know,
crazy.
and
Name me one player that would love to be in his position. If I let you do that, we'll be here until next Thursday.
Yeah.
You're in the perfect position. Nobody likes you. Tom Brady knew how talented you were, so he vouched for you. Let you live in his home until you got established. Helped you win a ring, which you never had. And then you come back and do this. You ain't right. You got some screws loose.
I won't say screws loose. I mean,
bro got some screws loose.
he's selfish. Somebody, the spot racks, some people who do the captain stuff, said homie was 28 catches, 255 yards, and 3 touchdowns away from a $2 million
bonus.
Bonus. Because here's the thing about a person like him. You can put out the little thing like, oh, they want to shoot me in the leg, and have me play, which we know the NFL loves to do. They love shooting to. But then you go onto a podcast, right? And you sit down on a podcast and you talk and you talk and you talk, and then you start revealing yourself. And his reveal of himself was, you're not giving me the ball. I'm better than, there's no one on your team better than me. And then that's all it was. Mind you, no one wanted him. You're absolutely right, Brandon. The only reason he's in the league now is because Tom Brady wanted him.
Yeah.
And now you're never going to get back into the league. No one's ever going to bring you back.
Nobody.
Nope.
1, because your attitude. 2, because you're old. And 3, because, as we've always said, there's like 10 to 15 youngins that come in every year, play the wide receiver position, who are, if not below you, but could get better, or at you and are going to get better.
There are 2 now that's been drafted the last 2 years that are better than him already. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. They both are better. They both are better
Yeah.
than him.
I mean, no offense. T.
My-
Higgins might be better than him.
Hey,
My thing with
it might not
AB,
be a
man.
stretch.
My thing with AB is that he as his behavior, you can see how his behavior has been going. Even kind of when he left the Steelers, went to the Raiders, and you can see that there was something wrong with this man, behavior wise. But because he had all the talent in the world, football wide receiver, people gave him a pass, let him get on the team.
Yeah.
Some people said he ain't been right since Pac-Man hit him in that playoff game 7 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that game. That was
So
the
wait a minute, K man. So you saying that he could possibly have CTE?
Oh, I believe every football player, especially wide receivers, safeties,
running back.
all the guys, running back, all the guys in the trenches. I think they have some level of CTE. We found out Vincent Jackson, he has CTE.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
boy.
But that's why even if Antonio Brown was telling the truth about his ankle, no one cares because of who you are, because of your character. Like no one is going to take your side. No one, absolutely no one,
Right.
because you made a fool of yourself in front of a stadium with 90,000 people and in front of millions of people watching. So
In the number one media market in the United States,
New York City,
maybe in the world.
right. And in doing that, you spit in the face of 52 other guys standing on the sideline, not to mention the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So no one cares about your ankle.
Right.
No one.
And then let's be for real. They suspended him indefinitely because of the fake vaccination card. And they only brought him back because Chris Godwin got hurt.
Yep.
So if Chris Godwin didn't get hurt, you would have never played.
Yep. Pretty much.
But that should tell you something, man. Because when all that stuff transpired, man, Tom Brady came out and made that statement. You know that he was trying to. I'm thinking Tom Brady knew something was mentally wrong with him from the beginning. I'm thinking Tom Brady, look, I'm already a good game manager. Let me see if I can manage this guy and help him produce for us to get another championship.
Pretty much.
The only thing that I would say against that is Tom Brady had him in his home. If I think you like got something wrong with you in your head, you're not coming into my home with my family.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, really.
I'm not doing that. So I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. I don't know Tom Brady. I don't know how he, feels about guests in his home, whatever. But if I know you got screwed loose, you ain't coming to my house.
I wonder if after all this happened, Giselle was like, "Didn't I tell you?" But
she's his wife. You know she did.
She's a model. She's been a model for a long time. She's been around some off people since I don't know when she started, probably like 15, 16.
Yeah.
14, 15 years old. Yeah. Dang.
Yep.
Well, AB, man, we wish you the best, man. And if you need some help, get some help, man.
I really don't.
Sean, speak for yourself. I don't want anything personally to happen to the man, but as far as football, as far as me watching you on a football field, no, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve the platform.
No, I don't care. And then if his ankle's so bad, why you keep every time I see you somewhere, you with Kanye, you with Floyd Mayweather, you with Madonna. But it's just there. It's like shouldn't you be resting your ankle?
But wait a minute. Hold on, man. Didn't right after he left that stadium for the Just game, wasn't he seen at an NBA game or something?
Yeah.
But he skipped off the field.
Yeah.
Didn't have a limp.
Yeah.
Your ankle was so bad, you in so much pain, but you skipped off the field, nipples and navel out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point, B. You can't look. He can't fight that one, man, because everyone's seen that joint.
Right.
Yeah.
God,
I mean, I get it. Him and his people are trying to sue. They're trying to do a lawsuit against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, maybe the NFL. Good luck with that.
Yeah, real.
Yeah. you and the K-Man been going back and forth on this one, man. The head coaches getting fired, the GMs getting let go. I mean, one of you, I don't know which one of y'all called it, but like that Monday, y'all texted something Monday, man, about y'all called it some kind of Monday or something. K-Man, what y'all call them?
It's Black Monday,
Black Monday,
aka my Christmas.
yeah. Dark month.
But look, I'm gonna tell you, man, I felt bad for Flores and Cully.
Yeah,
that's what I felt bad for.
Yeah,
Matt Nagy, he brought it on himself.
I'm more shocked at Flores than I am at Cully.
Yeah,
because Cully won 4 games. Granted, he ran out. He trotted out there backups. Seemed like every week. Starting a rookie, Davis Mills for a few games. We're not gonna go down. Yeah, we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But Flores actually won you games. Flores, it was unfortunate the AFC was so good last year that they missed the playoffs at 10-6. But he won you 10 games last year. And then he came back and had you on the cusp of the playoffs this year, winning 8 of your last 9 games with a 7-game win streak mixed into that. So that one is puzzling. But Kennedy, that article you sent about the owner not being that was spot on. That was so spot on. So spot on.
I've heard about Stephen Ross. He's the one who bought the team, and he brought like minority partners and Venus and Serena Williams. I think Gloria Stefan and Jennifer Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that he didn't go to the team. Like an owner of a team, some owners are there every day, but some owners are there at least once a week. And for him never to be there, and then you got a power struggle between the GM and the coach. You're always going to listen, to your higher ups. And so Flores, I guess from what it's saying, is Flores never had any like one-on-one time, to see what he's building, and all he heard was what Greer had to say, and then he got whacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, because Flores was putting together a pretty decent team, man.
Yeah, the one thing that we always said about the Miami Dolphins from the day he stepped onto that field with that team was how much they fought.
Mm-hmm.
If they got blew out one week, they would come back scrappy the next week against whoever. It didn't matter. They were always scrappy. They would always fight for that man. And that's the risk that you take, as a GM or as an owner. I don't believe Stephen Ross fired him. I believe Chris Greer fired him. Or Stephen Ross told Chris Greer to fire him. But that's the risk you take when you get rid of a coach like that. When you have so many dudes that have bought into this guy, and then you get rid of him, there's a good, I won't say good chance, there's a decent chance of you really screwing up that locker room, and you really make it hard for the next coach coming in. So then you'll find that the coach that comes in will have to cut a bunch of dudes who are disgruntled and bring in his own guys.
Yeah.
They said now another article I saw, they said that Stephen Ross was pissed off because in Flores' first year they wanted a tank because they wanted the number 1 overall pick. And as we stated before, them dudes fight, and they ended up with the 10th pick. And so maybe they wanted Herbert, maybe they wanted Burrow, and Ross was pissed off at it because remember all the moves they did prior to that.
Yeah,
right.
A lot of us did not want him to take that job. It's like you said,
right,
setting him up for failure. But he was a person of fear. And then now, if you look at the Belichick tree, there's a theme with the Belichick tree. We're going to talk about the idiot in New York.
Yeah,
most of these dudes are a-holes. Yeah. But you knew that going in. So,
yep,
man. Look, you guess another good segue, K man. You brought up the idiot in New York. Now, if any GM should have been fired last year, it would have been Gettleman. He decimated that team, man. I think it's going to take 2 or 3 years for the Giants to come back.
They got two. They got 2 picks in the top 7.
Top 6. Yeah, this is a top 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
If they get if they get the GM pick right,
yes,
that's more important. That's more important than the coach.
Yes,
right.
You can find there are plenty of candidates out there. There are plenty of really good coaching candidates out there.
Yeah,
but you got to get your GM right. If you get the GM pick right, then 2 to 3 years down the line, you'll be back in contention. But if you screw it up, then it's
curtains.
You're gonna be looking at 5 to 10 years of just mediocrity.
The Giants had good GMs. They had Ernie Accorsi and his number 2. What was his number 2? It was a black guy. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Reese.
Yeah, they built 2 championship teams.
Jerry Reese. Yeah.
And then the team started to fall off. You could probably blame Coughlin for that. They started to fall off, and then they spent that money all that one year, and then they got that coordinator from the Packers. The problem with them is they've been messing up with the hires of the coaches. Yeah. And then it manifested itself into messing up the hiring of the GM, and it's just a show.
And a byproduct of that is they haven't really hit on that many draft picks.
No.
I mean, Will Hernandez on the offensive line, he's decent.
Decent.
Yeah, he's decent. Kadarius Toney, we still don't know what he is. He's fast, he's talented, yards after the catch, but we really still don't know who he is or what he is. Jabril Peppers got traded. Sterling Shepard was decent. But they don't hit on a lot of picks.
Here's the thing. If K-Man, you probably know this, you're the front office guy. If you look at the Giants, they might be in cap hell. Some of those contracts they gave some of these players that aren't producing. So whoever the GM that comes in, they're going to have to figure that out.
There's no such thing as cap hell. I've come to the realization that there's no such thing as cap hell. Prime examples are your New Orleans Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Somehow they be able to get these things done. I don't know how they do it, but so there's no such thing as cap hell. I think from a cap standpoint, it's about cash on hand and it's about money in escrow, and that's pretty much how it goes. Anybody who says, "Oh, we're strapped because of the cap," is lying or they're cheap.
You have that side of it, and then the 2 teams you just named, the New Orleans Saints and the Pittsburgh Steelers, draft really well.
That's true.
Whenever you draft really well and develop homegrown talent, cap hell don't really it doesn't take on the same meaning as somebody who never hits on draft picks. So it kind of lessens the impact of it.
But B, that comes back to what we're talking about now, the GM. You need the right GM, right?
You need a GM, and you need the GM to be able to, the GM doesn't do everything, but you need to make sure your scouts are good. You make, your number 2, your pro scout, your player scout, all that stuff. You need to hit on that. And no offense, the Giants are interviewing individuals within, and I'm just like, I think I need to look outside.
They need a culture change.
Case in point. The Vegas Raiders, great Cinderella story this year. Rich Bisaccia, really good job following up after the firing of John Gruden.
Right.
But if they don't bring him back, which they're not going to bring him back as a head coach.
Nope.
Whoever they get, no matter. Why? Because Mike Mayock is still there.
Yep.
So it's not going to matter who they get.
Yeah. And to segue to that, the reason why the Jacksonville Jaguars, not a lot of people are interviewing for that job, because Trent Baalke's over there and no one likes him.
This man had it was probably about 25,000 people there hollering fire Baalke at the last game.
Yeah, Sean Khan wants to keep him around running the show, and for some odd reason, Bill O'Brien, old Bob, is the leading candidate.
He got emails.
If they if they hire
No,
Bill O'Brien,
Shad Khan's wasting all his time on AEW. Look, focus. Look, don't focus on Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon is small potatoes. Worry about the bigger thing that brings in money.
look that is a hotbed for wrestling, man. That area where they are in Florida, Georgia, all that stuff, man.
I guess so, but nah. This is a money maker. This is $100 million a year revenue business.
Okay, now let's do this one right quick. Be with K, man. Who would you like to see be a head coach this season?
You know, we say his name pretty much seems like every offseason. Eric Bieniemy, although, you know, we found out some stuff. You know, we found out a few things that were, you know, some years ago, but
yeah,
when you look a certain way, you know, a rap sheet is a rap sheet, and it's gonna stick with you. Not to, I hate going into politics, but the judge that was before the committee yesterday, the black judge, was getting grilled about. He was getting grilled about speeding tickets that happened 10, 15, 20 years ago. One of them was doing 5 miles per hour over the speed limit.
That's
and
ridiculous.
They decided to hold that. They decided to hold that over his head. So, these things that we found out about Eric Bieniemy were a little bit more serious than speeding to go a long way in a head
Okay.
one, because I believe he deserves one. I would like, you know, it's not popular with a lot of people, but I would like to see Dan Quinn get another chance with the right situation. In the right situation.
Okay.
Meaning not the Broncos. I think he would do okay with I think he would do okay in Yeah. I think he would do okay in Jacksonville. I think he would do okay in Houston. As long as there's somewhere where there's not Houston.
I don't want him in Houston. No. If you're a coach, you want the best jobs. The best jobs are, let me go to this thing real quick. Best jobs are the jobs with the young quarterback, and that is Chicago, Jacksonville, and maybe the Dolphins with Tua.
Yeah,
those are the best jobs. So if you want someone to succeed, you want them in that job. Who I want to be, I want Pep Hamilton.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Pep Hamilton identified Justin Herbert, developed him. You see what he's doing, and then he did his best with David Mills and Tyrod this year, and with you know being blindfolded and duct taped. But I want Pep Hamilton.
Oh, stop the presser. Sean, did Kennedy just give Justin Herbert props? Did he just give Justin Herbert props?
Yeah.
Did he do it? Hey,
did I just?
Yeah, you did.
Did the caveat go? That a brother developed him? Come on.
Well, look, B. It is New Year,
and the prop is he still ain't gonna win. He still ain't gonna do nothing.
Hey, look. Wait. Wait a minute. Hold on. Are we still on coaches, or are we going into other stuff? Because we can't.
Let's go on, because since K-Man brought that up, let's just keep it moving, because I'm disappointed with the Chargers, man.
Chargers be charging, man. Come on now. Come on. This is what they do.
That phrase took on a totally different meaning for me after seeing the end of that game. And to see Brandon Staley come up and with a straight face defend, calling a timeout.
A timeout.
And then for the Raiders, this is what I love. The Raiders came out. Both Derek Carr and Rich Bisaccia came out and said, yeah, that timeout changed our strategy. Meaning we were pretty much content with running the clock out and letting them go to the playoffs along with us.
Yeah.
But this idiot calls a timeout after I don't know if I've ever
Me neither, man.
I don't know if I've ever seen the type of clutch plays I've seen at the quarterback position. I don't know if I've ever seen the type of clutch plays that Justin Herbert had at the end of that game.
He dropped some dimes in that boy.
I mean, he had at least 4 or 5 fourth and longs.
Yeah.
On the game time drive.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Now
and on all of them.
And the Raiders have a good pass rush. Their secondary is trash, but they have a good pass rush. Yes.
Yes.
But Brandon Staley is a disciple of Vic Fangio, so I'm not shocked by those timeouts. I am not shocked at all. I'm not shocked at all.
Man, I'm telling you, man, when I saw the end of that game and they called timeout, I sat back on the couch, man, and I'm like, why did they call a timeout? I said, what's the reason for this?
I had never heard Chris Collinsworth so baffled in my life. In my life of watching NBC Sunday Night Football, never heard him more baffled than he was Sunday night. Ever.
Look, and one coach, you have one person who's tight, and the other one, like, I'm a special teams coach, interim coordinator. I'm not getting this job. Let's go. Relax.
But look,
versus tight. That's all it is.
But look, I'm glad the Raiders came out and ran and got that first down because that's what they should have done. Because I don't know what the heck the Chargers would do.
Look, the Chargers' defensive line is soft.
Right. And that's the thing.
Derwin James can't make up for all the weakness on that defensive line.
Brandon Staley said, yeah, I called a timeout to get us in the right grouping, get us in the right defensive grouping to stop the run. The Raiders came out and gained 10 yards when you knew they were running.
Yes, that's the point, B.
That's the best you got against the run.
Hey, look,
you call a timeout for that.
I thought he was overrated last year when everybody's like, oh my God, look at the defense. I'm like, he's running Vic's defense and not as well. That's all it was. Like, Wade, they were running Wade, and the standard thing with Wade is the first year, they're balling. Second year, they catch up. Third year, start to fall off. That's the Wade Phillips pattern. So when he came in, I was just like, okay, he's just doing a little better. And then he gets the head coaching job. I'm like, all right, I don't get it, but okay. Because I still thought, one, I didn't like Anthony. I didn't like the way what happened to Anthony Lynn. I didn't like that.
Right.
And I didn't think he was ready for the job. Everybody wants to be young. Everybody wants to go young. That's great. But you still need that, that seasoning.
Hey, he had me fooled before this game.
But K-Man, you brought up a really good point just now, man. You notice how the head coaches are kind of getting younger now. Kingsbury, Staley. Do you think that's going to be a trend going forward?
Oh, that's a trend going forward. The Denver Broncos are interviewing 10 dudes. The oldest is Dan Quinn. The oldest is Dan Quinn. After that is Hackett. After that, everybody is in their 30s. And everybody's in their 30s. Early 30s from was it Getsy and Moore to their late 30s and what's the name? I forget. There's so many people they interview. Bieniemy and stuff like that. So it's just like
So look here. I grew up in the era of the old coaches where they wore suits on the sidelines and all that crap. You guys grew up kind of in a different era, where I guess coaches like the hoodie would come out there in a sweatshirt and things like that. Now,
or those awful pants that Joe Gibbs and Bill Parcells used to wear, them awful pants.
Yeah.
Do you guys like seeing the youth being put in a head coaching position right now, or do you want to stick with the old school way?
You can go, Brandon.
I do but you got to be careful. And by that I mean you really got to do your homework on these young guys, because for every Sean McVay,
Mm-hmm.
for every Matt LaFleur,
Right.
there's a Josh McDaniels who's a really good coordinator, but trash as a head coach.
Okay.
So you really have to do your homework. So a lot of front offices tend to lean, well, I won't say a lot because, more and more young guys are getting interviews,
Mhm.
but front offices, for the longest time, they would always lean towards, more experience, more seasoned, guys because
Right.
of the unknown. But
Okay.
with the success of McVay, LaFleur, I guess you could even throw Kingsbury in there, even
And
though he
Zach
hasn't
Taylor.
really done anything. Yeah, Zach Taylor.
The 49ers head coach.
Yeah, Shanahan. It's like you said, is whether we like it or not, it's gonna continue to be a trend, because I mean things have to get, that position of head coach has to get younger by default, right?
Mhm.
Because Pete Carroll can't coach forever.
Nope.
He can't go forever. Who's another older coach? Hoodie, Andy Reid. These guys can't go forever. So by default, I think that you'll see, more younger and younger head coaching candidates, whether we like it or not.
I think what you see in the younger part of these coaches, with the exception of Robert Saleh, most of the young guys are on the offensive side. And then for them to succeed, they need a quarterback. Zach Taylor was trash his first year. Got Joe Burrow. Look what they're doing now. Cliff got Kyler. McVay, well, he worked a miracle with golf. And same thing with Shanahan with Jimmy G. But LaFleur had Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So, it's with these younger coaches, it doesn't work. I mean, in my opinion, I think they have it in place, but if you don't got that guy, trust me, I know.
Yeah.
If you don't got that guy, you can't succeed.
And McDermott is not that old either. He ain't one of the young guys, but he's not that old either.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this one. Let me ask y'all this one right quick. Then we can go to the picks. Let me ask y'all this one. By younger coaches getting a chance, do you think there'll be younger GMs?
No.
That's a bit more, because that's a position where you can't afford to make a rookie mistake. You don't have that luxury.
No.
Good point, B.
They want them dudes. They want
The
them guys
stakes are a lot higher up there in the
Yeah.
C-suite.
They-
A lot higher.
They want them guys who started out as area scouts and then went to regional scouts and then went to and that seasoning. All the best front offices or all the teams with best GM, they put their bones in. So you had to. It's not about I can do this play, I can lead these people. It's like, no, look at all these picks I said and did all this stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's always.
You have to have a track, with the exception of, like, your Trent Baalke's or whatever. You have to have a proven track record of decision making, of
True.
legit decision making. So that's one position where no,
Look
I
at
don't
Jeff.
think you'll.
Look at Jeff Ireland. Jeff Ireland was with, I think, the Cowboys. Then went to the Dolphins, and then the infamous Dez, what's the name? But he worked his way up, and then he's been with the Saints all the time. Now he's getting his, maybe a good shot to what's the name. But he's in his 50s.
Yeah.
And then also a lot of these younger coaches, it's a lot of nepotism that's go into this stuff. Like Sean McVay got in, but his daddy was a GM, and he came, so he got in at 20. Kyle Shanahan's daddy ran.
Shanahan, Turner.
Yeah, the dude Hackett, his daddy was somebody. So it's a lot of nepotism helping. Look, Google search how many of Gary Kubiak's sons are offensive coordinators or offensive assistants in the NFL.
Yeah, true that. True that.
I believe you'll see a trend of younger owners before you will GMs.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, that's a good one, B. Dang, man. Okay,
I believe
all
that.
right, all right, man. Like, let's get into these picks, man. Let's get into these picks. Let me see what we're working with. Man. Hang on a second here, bro.
Oh, y'all want to
Ooh,
talk?
boy.
Y'all have anything about this saying about the seedings or
Oh yeah. Hang on. You see. Let me see what we got here. I got something cooking over here. Hey, look at that.
Because for me, I look at the seeding, and because I don't see a clear favorite, I don't know how to gauge it.
So look at these seedings right here. Y'all see my screen, right?
No,
No,
You want to see my screen?
no.
we could pull it up on our own screen.
Thought I was sharing my screen. Oh, hang on. Here we go.
Okay.
So we talk about these seedings, K-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Raiders, Bengals, Patriots, Bills, Eagles, Bucks, 49ers, Cowboys, Steelers, Chiefs, Cardinals, Rams. I'm not sure how these teams, I didn't think the Patriots would be here.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
no,
think
I thought the Miami Dolphins was going to make the playoffs, but that's the start of the season.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what? Let's start by this. What do you guys think about the number one seed getting a bye with this new format? You guys like the new format?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It makes
I like
you, it's less, there's less pie to go around, so it makes you fight harder.
Mm-hmm.
I give you that. Yeah, that number one seed getting a bye makes teams want to play more.
Yeah,
Hopefully they can get that number one seed and get that time to rest.
yeah. Because
Yeah. Now,
I said back in the day, 2 years ago.
hey, it's been a long 2 years, bro.
Yeah, back in the day.
It was like, yeah, you would get you get the number one and number two, so you get the bye. But like, no, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, granted, you know, I think this year is as good a year as any for that one seed to go down early.
Oh yes.
Yeah, really.
So,
Ooh, boy.
yeah. So,
Ooh, boy.
I'll put y'all on game when we do picks, but
I'm gonna tell you
yeah.
something, man. The way this seating is kind of reminds me of the NCAA basketball tournament. You know how a 32 seed can knock out a 1 seed like that and this upset. Like, oh my God, what
No,
happened?
it's only happened once.
Yeah.
But the possibility
Shout out to Baltimore.
Shout out to them whack Blue Devils. Y'all made history.
No, it was Virginia.
Do what now?
It was Virginia.
No. Oh, so yeah, Duke was 15 too.
Yeah.
Yeah. They still stink.
all right, man. Let's. So I'll start with you, B. With this seating we got right here, B. Raiders at the Bengals, man. Who you taking?
I like the Raiders.
Taking the Raiders?
I like the Raiders.
What?
I like the Raiders.
Oh,
Derek Carr has waited a long time to get here. And he's quietly had a really, really good season out there in Vegas. So
what's quiet?
I love the Bengals. I love what they've put together. They're a little young, they're a little wet behind the ears. Their success will come. But I like the Raiders.
God, don't be. K-Man, who you taking, K-Man?
Taking the Bengals.
My man.
The game's outside. I just, as we stated before, I don't like the Raiders secondary, and I think they're going to eat them up. I don't think the pressure is going to be on the Bengals in this game because they're playing at home.
Mm-hmm.
And
But the pressure will be on Joe Burrow.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Not in this game. I just don't feel it in this game. And that's why I'm going with the Bengals. I know they're young, but the Raiders don't have no experience. They stink. I mean, they've been stinking for a long time. This is their first time back in the playoffs since, what, 2014?
I ain't talking about pressure to win the game. I'm talking about pressure in that pocket. Max Crosby is coming for it.
Yeah. I still think that give me the Bengals. I think their offense will put up enough points.
That's what I'm thinking, K-Man. That offense with that passing attack. All right. Now this game I'm kind of looking forward to. K-Man, Patriots at the Bills.
This one I struggle with this game. Because it's a playoff. This is the hoodie's domain. Yeah, he ain't got the weapons that he had. But the Bills were my AFC representative pick. But I just don't think they can beat the Bill. I'm even the Patriots.
God dog it, K-Man. Oh my goodness. All right, B, who you got, B?
Taking the Patriots as well. Like Kennedy said, this is what the hoodie lives for. If there were ever a season for them to, make the perfect excuse to miss the playoffs, we got a rookie quarterback. We're kind of rebuilding. We don't have any wide receivers. This was the year to do that. And they messed around and won 10 games?
Yeah.
So, yeah. As good as Buffalo is, I just didn't see enough consistency from them for me to give them an edge in this game.
Wow. And y'all know the game in Buffalo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It was going to be cold either way, whether it was in Buffalo or New England. So.
Yep.
All right, man. All right. B, Eagles at the Bucks, B.
This was another interesting one. I talked junk about the Eagles all season.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, that's kind of an understatement. And I struggled with this game because the way you beat Tom Brady is what the Eagles do best, which is keep him on the sideline. They're the number one team at running the ball. If there were an upset, a real upset, I don't really call the Raiders and Bengals an upset, but
no.
If there were a real upset to happen this weekend, it would be this game. I don't think it'll happen. I'm taking the Bucks, but don't be surprised if this game looks a lot like last year's wild card game with the Bucks and the football team.
Ooh, boy. All right, K-Man, who you got, K-Man?
Oh, I got the Bucks too. I think the Eagles have had a really good season, but I just don't think they have enough to win this game. That's my only issue.
Yeah, and ultimately, I was thinking of Todd Bowles versus Jalen Hurts' young mind.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts still has a tendency to, and it's not his fault. He's young. He's only his second year.
First year.
He has a tendency to give that ball away because he didn't read things properly. And Todd can mix it up on you. So
yeah. And I don't like I only like Goddard and Smith as their receivers. Because Rager keeps dropping passes like, it's butter or something. And so it's
right?
like,
I wouldn't be shocked if they cut him after the season.
Yeah.
That's a second round pick.
Yeah, I know.
Oof.
I wouldn't be surprised if they cut him. No, he wasn't a second round pick. He was a first round pick, wasn't he?
I think he was a first round pick, right?
Yeah, because they picked him ahead of Jefferson.
Oh, wow.
They picked him ahead of Justin Jefferson.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. That should tell you something. All right. K-Man, 49ers at the Cowboys.
Sean, you funny. Sean funny.
Yeah.
Who you got, K-Man?
I struggle with this one. I struggle with this game. It's the same where I struggle with the Bills and the Patriots. Because what the 49ers did to the Rams doesn't impress me. The Rams are soft. They're a finesse team. That doesn't impress me. But I've seen the 49ers play, and this is the way they love to play. They love to push you around on both ends. And I seen the Cowboys play. They can't push you around, even though on offense, they have what it takes to push you around, yet they don't do it. And it annoys me to no end. I swear to God, they should run Pollard and Zeke at least 35 times. But that's neither here or there. Kellen Moore
I'll tell you why we can't do that. But go ahead.
So why can't you do it?
The reason why we can't do it is because we don't have the same center and we don't have the same left guard that we've always had. People don't understand Travis Frederick, because he retired before. He retired last offseason. He retired. One of the most dominant, if not the most dominant center in football.
Mm-hmm.
You can run for days behind him and Zach Martin. But we got Tyler Biadasz now at center.
Right.
Really inexperienced, not as strong. Connor Williams playing left guard, not as strong as left guards we've had in the past. And that stuff matters. Connor Williams gets walked back into Dak's lap on a routine basis.
He does, B.
And you can't, as much as you would like to ram it up in the middle 30 to 35 times like you're used to, that's just not smart. That's not smart.
Zeke, you run with them in the middle. Pollard, with all the speed, you put on the outside.
Well, yeah. And we were doing that weeks 1 through 6. We did it a lot. I think Kellen Moore stashed a lot of stuff so that it wouldn't be on film.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're gonna see a lot of stretch plays.
Exactly.
We're gonna see more quick screens to running backs. We're gonna see more fake screens
to the wide receivers, quick screens. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're gonna see more tight end screens. So, And thank you, Sean, for changing that pick. I respect the 49ers as a football team. Kyle Shanahan, I'm not his biggest fan, but he knows how to call an offense and he knows how to expose weaknesses in a defense.
Yeah, he does. Boy.
I don't think anybody can dial up a better running scheme than him. They don't always get the results. Hence, there's 7 losses this year. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how, they all of a sudden became this big bad bully powerhouse that we're supposed to be afraid of in the national media when they piled up 7 losses during the season and lost to the Seahawks twice. Nobody ever mentions that. But
it's your division opponent, though. When it's your division, you be losing. I don't fault you when losing. Unless your division. Look, Tennessee lost to Houston.
Yeah.
So it's just like that division thing is weird.
It is.
But I'm picking the Cowboys. If one of the reasons I'm picking the Cowboys is if Robert Saleh was
defensive coordinator,
still the defensive coordinator of the 49ers, I'll pick the 49ers. But I don't think their current defensive coordinator can call the plays that they need.
DeMeco Ryans. And some 49er fans earlier, I was on a stream earlier, and for some reason, it was full of 49ers fans on a Dallas Cowboys stream, mind you.
Wow.
But they were touting DeMeco Ryans. I'm like, y'all defense ain't been all that this year. But you make the playoffs, so you got no choice but to stick your chest out. I get it. It's Cowboys 49ers.
Oh yeah.
Much like
old rivalry.
Much like the NBA with Lakers and Celtics, life is better when your traditional powerhouse teams are relevant.
No one's bringing this up, though. No one's bringing up the
history.
The history. This goes back to 81.
The white catching that ball in the end zone over Everson Walls.
The mug game in '94 in the NFC Championship game. I mean, they don't. They're not bringing this up. I don't know why.
T.O. and the Star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is look here. R.I.P. to John Madden, number 1.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
John,
yeah.
This was a really big rivalry when I was growing up as a kid, dude. Oh my God. 49ers and Cowboys seem like every year. Every year.
In the 90s for me, it was like 92, 92 92, 93, 94. The Green Bay Packers messed it up in 95 by beating the 49ers, but it was just like, 3 straight NFC championship games against these individuals. Yeah, this is it.
All right, B-Wig. This is the game a lot of people have been talking about, man.
Who?
I was on Twitter earlier. Steelers at the Chiefs, B-Wig. Who you got?
Oh, can y'all hear me? Because I'm waiting for my screen to come back.
Yeah, I
Y'all
can hear
me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, some things that start freezing up on my screen. But yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. This wasn't hard. This is probably the easiest pick of all the games this weekend. I don't think the Steelers have a chance. Ben Roethlisberger said it best in his in his interview. I know he was being sarcastic, but there's truth in sarcasm sometimes. And he said they didn't have a chance. And no, they don't have a chance. They're gonna get mollywopped.
Yes.
Who you got, K-Man?
I got the Chiefs. They backdoored into the playoffs because the Colts, whatever. And so yeah, it's good for Tomlin because once again he gets, no losing seasons, and then he gets into the playoffs, and that just goes to show how good a coach he is. But yeah, they're gonna get beat down.
Yeah, I think for real. That game might get ugly. All right.
And then anybody saying that Juju should come back, no, Juju, your money is already doo-doo right now. Just go find a new team and call it a day.
Yeah, really.
Don't risk. Yeah.
Juju don't let these doo-doo.
Don't waste trying to get hurt. Take another 1-year deal.
We're going to have to hashtag that one, man. All right, K-Man. This game is interesting too, man. Cardinals at the Rams, K-Man.
Cardinals at the Rams. I'm taking the Rams in this game. They keep showing that, JJ Watt's coming back. It's like this ain't 2017. I was like, okay, yay.
Yeah.
And then, he ain't gonna be playing that much. And then let's be for real. That offense ain't been the same since Hopkins went down. You're relying on AJ Green, and then your running backs, they got these nagging injuries. And like my thing with James Carter, I think he's commendable, but I think people forget he had I forgot what type of cancer it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I think it was non-Hodgkin. I don't know what it was, but
he had some kind of cancer. Yeah,
cancer, it deteriorates your body, and it's just still he can't fully come back. You saw it towards the end of his run in Pittsburgh, and you're starting to see it now. And I think you're just putting too much on Kyler. And come on.
He gonna try to do too much in this game. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
but it's not gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
No.
Who you got, B?
I'm taking the Cardinals.
Here you go with this opposite again, man. Come on, man.
Hey, my last look, Kennedy said the other day that people they only remember what you did recently. And most recently, I saw them. First of all, I saw their home stadium get dominated by San Francisco fans.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then I saw Matt Stafford underwhelm. I saw the Rams defensive line underwhelm. I saw them get pushed around. I saw them get bullied. I saw Jalen Ramsey not have one of his best games. I saw a non-existent running game. And this is the perfect opportunity for Kyler to come on the scene in your first playoff game and show the world, all 5'6" of you. Hey, I'm here. What you gonna do? So I'm taking the Cardinals, man.
The only problem with that, I don't think the Cardinals line is that type of line to push them around. That's the thing about it.
But my thing is, I'm gonna tell you the reason I picked the Rams.
I like their defensive line.
I'm trying to look at and see what weapons do the Cardinals have other than Hopkins and Kyler Murray running around.
What's the rookie's name? The wide receiver.
I know they got Christian Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got Kirk. AJ Green's still serviceable. I can't remember the rookie's name though. Real quick, real shifty.
I know who you're talking about, B. I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
Man.
I can't either.
They got
I can't
the
think of
tight
it to
end
save my life.
from they got the tight end from the Eagles. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
I think they have. You don't need a lot of weapons to beat the Rams. First of all, they have a Swiss Army knife in Buda Baker on defense.
Mm-hmm.
The Cardinals really don't have anybody for Cooper Kupp.
I wish they would use Simmons better. But then again, it's Vance Joseph. That was another reason why I picked the Rams.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, I got the Cardinals coming out on top.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game, man. That's one of the games I'm looking forward to. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the Bills-Patriots game, and I'm looking forward to this game, man.
And the fact that it's a division opponent, and seeing what happened earlier in the season between these two teams,
I love the fact that it's on Monday. It's on Monday. The NFL Bigfooting sports once again. I think that's a dominant move. I think that's a really, really dominant move to say we're taking all 3 days. I mean, all 3 days of this long weekend. I like
really.
that. I really like it.
That's a power move there, man.
Yeah, that's a great move. Of course, ESPN loves it because one, they get the playoffs and then they get prime. Oh, it's great.
Oh, but you know what? This is. I think this is only. I think we're about to see kind of like a rebirth of ESPN because there's a rumor out. I don't know if y'all have heard it, but there's a rumor out that not Steve Jobs,
Ballmer?
what's the Apple CEO?
Tim
Cook? He wants ESPN. He wants to buy ESPN from Disney by 2024. Yeah.
Why? To put it on Apple TV?
Yes.
Look, that would make so much money, dude, if he do that.
And there's already talks that the NFL wanted to put, or they're in talks to, they're in negotiations to have Sunday Ticket transferred over to ESPN Plus. Apple wanted it for Apple TV.
I thought Amazon. I thought it was between Amazon and Apple. But Sunday Ticket.
ESPN Plus. Disney is also in it also with ESPN Plus.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah. So Apple's kind of like, okay, even if, all right, so let's say we don't get it. Let's say we don't get Sunday Ticket. Let's say it does, magically go to ESPN Plus. Just wait 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, let's be for real. Disney wants it off his hands. Disney. The reason why ESPN always has all these layoffs is because Disney tells them that you're not bringing in what you're supposed to do, and then these bloated salaries. I need you to get it off. So I could see Disney just saying, "Hey, you can have it."
Ooh, boy.
Yeah.
God, dog it, Jimmy. That's a lot of money flying around there, man.
Oh yeah.
And look, Apple is the biggest company in the world, and it has the most cash on hand. And that cash on hand is usually for acquisition. So,
all from the iPod.
And the iPhone and the iPad. Yeah. And their services and stuff like that. So
yeah, dog, that's crazy. All right, fellas, man. We right at the hour edge. Yep. So I appreciate y'all, man. We're gonna see how these picks go this week.
Mm-hmm.
Weekend, I should say.
Yep.
Yeah. And so starting tomorrow, I'm probably gonna get really annoying because I'm going into straight fan mode.
Oh god.
Yeah, so just get ready for that. Just be prepared for that.
Can you do that on Twitter and not on our group chat? I ain't got time for this. I really don't got time for this.
You're getting it all.
Hey, look, I'm free until when? Well, look, she just said that the court case might go a little longer, so she might not be coming back when. She might be coming back Thursday, so I might be good until next Thursday. Yeah.
And look, it's gonna be double for you, Kennedy, because I'm gonna be just as bad in me, you, and Frank's group chat.
Oh, come on, man!
Wait a minute.
They went at it about something stupid on Sunday. I never responded. Never responded. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm like, what are y'all talking? Both of y'all teams stink. Who was like, oh my God.